Today's show is sponsored by Gamefly.com. 30-day free trial. Go to Gameflyoffer.com/HWT. Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Hey We're Talking. It's extremely special, don't you think, Derek?
I do think it's special. We're kind of bobless today.
We are bobless. That's a good way to put it. I was going to try and think of something even cuter after you said bobless, but I got nothing.
You can't go, I mean, let's be honest. Bob's real cute. Right?
Once you go bobless, you never go back. Oh, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
Wait a minute. Once you go bobless, you always go back. No, wait a minute. Oh, gosh, this is all bad. No, but Bob's not here.
Bob's not here, and there's going to be times where I'm not here. But Scott, you're always going to be there.
I don't know. There may be times where I'm not here, too, and you and Bob will have to go it alone.
Hey, We're Talking is basically a concept of three grown adult men in the United States with way different lives, way different schedules, trying to come together at the same time to create an entertaining show for the people, the masses.
People. Yes, for the people. So tell everybody where you are right now.
Oh, yeah. Hello, non-video people who are just thinking, it sounds the same.
Yeah.
Video people are probably thinking, wow, he's in a different spot. I am. As of this recording, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am in the spare bedroom / recording studio / storage room of my little brother, Brandon Ray. I'm in his apartment.
Yeah, you're like hanging out with a bona fide, pretty close to being a country star. Let's be real.
He's an up-and-comer, faux show.
Yeah. He's got some good stuff going, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I mean, we don't have to go deep, but it was interesting when you were saying, what you've been doing while you're there. But the other thing that we're going to talk about is Derek actually came to see me in Greenville, South Carolina, because Brandon and your brother Ryan and their band were all here at was it the Wild Horse Saloon, or what was it? Iron Horse?
Wild Horse.
Iron Horse?
The Blind Horse.
Blind Horse. I knew eventually I'll get there, but they were here and they did a show, and you came and hung out with me. You hung out with me.
I hung out,
and boy, do we have a story about that, which we'll get to a little bit later. But save it. So it's horrible. I'm still petrified. I'm terrified of what happened. But anyway, got to hang out with Derek, and it was pretty fun.
Yes. Scott and his lovely wife, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. Hey. They opened their home. They fed me food. They fed me beer. They gave me a room to hang out with. And, I caught a lot of crap from my bros. All in love, of course. It's like, we bring you out on the road and you abandoned us at the first opportunity to hang out with this guy. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool that you abandoned them just to hang out with me. I appreciate it.
I did. It was fun. It was a lot of fun getting to hang with Scott and Cheryl and
and Gordy and Maddie, and we're going to talk about that. Oh my gosh, what a horrible, horrible, horrible experience! Although you were laughing your butt off, so I'm not going to give it away completely.
We'll get to that.
We will. It's still traumatizing. So after that, though, you carried on with Brothers and Band, and you guys went to Charlotte, and then I'm sure they rocked the house in Charlotte as well.
Yeah, Brandon was playing support, or he was the opening act for a band based out of Nashville. They come from, it's a duo called Muscadine Bloodline.
Okay.
Very popular country duo. based out of Nashville. They're kind of up and comers as well. They're very popular, and they took Brandon Ray on the road with them this past weekend to Greenville and into Charlotte, and I was asked to come along to join them. I lugged a couple of drums and guitars onto the stage and
you
tried
actually
to
roadied? I thought you were totally joking. You actually roadied a little?
I was, yeah, I mean, but like in the least useful capacity. Like I was just like, you guys need help, and I was hand me that drum case. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. Where's the beer?
Yeah. They had, and you guys, there was like, for real, there was like it's not a tour bus, but it was like a big passenger van, and they had a little trailer, like one of those enclosed ones behind them. They were driving around. That's like, you were living the real life, man. You were on the road.
I'm not cut out for it.
No, I don't. I got to tell you, even, and we can talk about this a little more too, but when I think about people that just go out on the road and stuff like that, I just think, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I know that there's cool stuff that happens, but even when we talk to Danny Black, like, he's on the go. Like, he's jumping on planes, getting on boats. That would be difficult. I feel like it would be anyway.
Absolutely. And there's always there's a part of me that I'm not going to say jealous, because that's just a rotten word, and that's not my feeling. That's a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that may be envious.
Sure.
That's more positive. It's like, man, these guys, they have this life. Speaking of, my brothers and their band, they have this life where it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
They're going out. They don't always know what's going to happen. They don't know what obstacles is going to occur. You don't know if the next big break is just right around the corner to push them up to the next level. It's unpredictable, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean,
it has to be, especially when you're an artist. And, I would never consider myself in the same realm as what most people consider artists. But when you're a creative person and you're out there giving your creativity to other people, can be exhausting in and of itself, because you're always, just like you're saying, especially for him, he's out there singing his guts out, and he's hoping people like it. Now, I can tell you, I mean, he makes good music. It's very enjoyable.
Absolutely.
So, but you have to deal with people who are deciding whether or not you're good enough all the time. And so that's got to wear on you too. And then on top of that, just like we're saying, the travel, my gosh, I mean, it's great because there's all these adventures and stuff, but at the same time, I just think about having to be away from my wife all the time and all that kind of stuff. That'd be tough on you. It'd be tough on the relationship for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of that comes with it. It's very tough. It's very wearing, but they get to meet a lot of people. They reach a lot of folks with music, a lot of connections, a lot of contacts. Fans are made. There's money to be made in that business for sure. It's awesome, and I've enjoyed my. I'm going to be here for when I pack up and go back to Texas. I will have been here for just under 2 weeks, and I've got to act as like Brandon's chauffeur for a little bit, and so I'm seeing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and it's pretty crazy. I'm envious a little bit, but for the most part, I appreciate what I have. Back in small town West Texas with my simple job, my simple life, the lifestyle that I've established. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty nice.
I thought you were going to say simple wife next, and I went, don't say that.
No.
Don't call her simple wife. It'd be bad.
No, I would never do that. My current wife is
Your current
quite
wife
lovely.
is quite lovely. Anyway, hey, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the adventures in Nashville and some of the stuff that happened here in Greenville, South Carolina, which was very traumatic. But we'll be back right after this. Hey, everybody, it's Scott from Hey, We're Talking. You've heard us talk about Gamefly.com before. The basics are this. They've got over 8,000 titles for every gaming platform you can think of, and they're giving you a 30-day free trial. That's right, 30-day free trial for you, the listeners of Hey, We're Talking. You want to play video games? You want to be a champ at video games? Go to GameflyOffer.com/HWT. That's GameflyOffer.com/HWT for your 30-day free trial. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Here we are. It's me, Scotty D, and Derek Tant, live from Nashville.
What's up?
Has it been
everybody.
Has it been warm there?
Yeah, too warm.
Yeah.
Humid and warm. I think we're just now starting to get little tastes of the autumn weather.
Yeah, everybody like up in the north and Midwest got hit with some heat wave. When you're listening to this, I think the heat wave will have passed by. But I was just noticing, like in Bob's neck of the woods in Chicago and where my parents live in the Detroit area, it was like 90-something degrees, which for the Midwest, that's hot. And we're almost in October here, guys. When you're hearing this, it'll be October, which is crazy.
More than likely, yeah. Absolutely.
Insanity. In 90 degrees in the Midwest right before October.
Yeah, and
insanity.
In Texas, here it's been hot and humid, and been trying to protect my body against that. A lot of preventative maintenance for the sweats.
What kind of protective maintenance? Extra beer or water? I was gonna say you've been having a lot of beer, so that would be bad for dehydration.
Well, yeah, you gotta drink. You gotta change clothes, socks and stuff frequently. Change shirts because the sweat just comes. So you gotta powder down and keep things nice and dry.
Powder down, that's good. Whenever I hear about people wearing socks, I know I'm the oddball, but I always think, oh, socks. I hate socks. I hate having my feet trapped in anything. Is that weird?
Well, I mean, I like to have socks on. My socks are pretty thin, but I just don't like to sweat into those shoes, man.
I don't even like to wear shoes half the time, though. Like,
wow.
I usually will wear sandals everywhere until I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I'm a shoe guy. I'm a shoe guy. Sorry.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened to me, but I really struggle with stuff being on my feet. I don't get it. Because I used to wear shoes all the time. And then within like the last 10 years or so, I'm just like, ugh, my feet are being stifled.
Well, I don't know how to really approach that. That's going to have to be like a whole new show.
I know. That's a deep dive into my psychology.
Who hates shoes, guys? I don't know. But I'm getting reports like from back home in West Texas that it's been raining nonstop. Like there's been lots of flash flooding and football games are being canceled or rescheduled.
What?
And that never happens. That's the heartland of Friday Night Lights.
It's sacrilegious to cancel a football game.
Football or death. And now with recent concussions and chronic traumatic encephalopathy, it's starting to become football and death.
Oh, man. Yeah, you took that one right down. We're like in the depths of depravity now. So, Derek, tell me some of the highlights of this trip as far as Nashville goes. What have you been doing while in Nashville? We know you've been chauffeuring your brother around a little bit and getting an inside look into the country music entertainment industry.
I have been. That's what I'm getting a lot of folks asking me, because Brandon's always telling me, "This is my brother. He's from Texas," and they're like, "What have you been doing since you've been here?" And I always answer them the same: I've been drinking coffee, I've been drinking beer, and I've been going out to all the cool restaurants.
Nice.
And last night, Ryan and I, we checked out a local brewery, Bearded Iris.
Bearded Iris. By the way, everybody, if you want to have like a little picture documentary to go along with these stories, go to Derek's Instagram page. I think you're Derek J. Tant on Instagram. Am I wrong, or is it Derek Tant?
Yeah, that's correct. At Derek J. Tant.
There you go.
On Instagram.
Look it up.
Ready for my followers to blow up.
You can see the pictures of his fun. I think I'm on one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was on there.
I am.
Yeah, last night there's a little brew pub in the neighborhood here called Cool Springs Brewery, and they have just the most wonderful fish and chips. And so I like to make it a point every time I'm in Nashville to go to Cool Springs Brewery. And so Ryan and I went along, and I guess he hadn't been in a while, and they make like 4 or 5 different beers that they have year round, and they do some seasonal beers. And I ordered it's like a barrel aged Belgian stout.
And what was the percentage on that, by the way?
They call it the Tennessee Black Hole, and it was the darkest, blackest beer I've ever seen. And it clocked in at over 19% ABV.
For a beer. For a beer. Some people might go, so big deal. No, that's literally 5 times the amount of a normal beer. Mm-hmm. If you drink your Budweiser, it's like 4%. Yeah. 19.2. That is insanity. So, yeah. Was it like a pint, or how much did they give you?
It was, I think they said it was like it had to have been like 10 or 12 ounces. It was in one of the fancier,
like the goblet kind of thing.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was a good amount. And it wasn't like a full pint. I enjoyed it. I really did.
Did you enjoy it at the beginning or at the end more?
That thing was super heavy.
Oh, I bet.
It was super heavy. It was barrel aged, so it had some good oaky notes. But I'm a big stout guy. I really do enjoy the stouts. Probably would have been more suited for the fall or winter time.
Okay.
I could see cracking something like that on Christmas morning or Christmas afternoon or New Year's, something like that. Just enjoy. But I had to enjoy it on a sticky evening in Nashville. But it was fine. Ryan tried it. He did not like it. He's more of an IPA guy. He had himself like a mango IPA, which was good.
I bet you that tastes good.
No. He didn't try that. He had one called Twigs and Berries, and it looked like pink lemonade almost, but wow. It was a refreshing kind of fruit beer that was really nice. But after that we drove into the heart of Nashville. We went to Bearded Iris Brewing and got to try a New England style IPA, and that's real good too.
So you got to try one. What did you think?
It's good, and it honestly didn't taste too much different from some of the different IPAs and double IPAs I've tried before. I mean, it was kind of in that same neighborhood, so it wasn't just something that I wasn't used to. It was something that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
Trying, but those New England IPAs pretty heavy. I mean, it was like 6 or 7%.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a nice big pint glass, and I think with fish and chips and this heavy barrel-aged stout plus this tall New England IPA, woo! I was done for.
I didn't want to skip over the fact that you had fish and chips because I haven't had fish and chips in a long time, and it used to be like a staple. Back in the day, we used to go after church. We would go to this place called Brown's Fish and Chips, and it was the best fish and chips I've ever had. I love that place. I miss it so much. The owners somehow got in a disagreement, and they shut the place down. And one guy had the recipe, and he wouldn't let the other person use it. And the other person said, "Well, then you're not allowed to use it, so nobody gets it." And I'm like, "What? How stupid!" So good. And we used to get this stuff too. My dad is of Scottish heritage. I was going to say he's from Scotland because he is, but he knows fish and chips, obviously, because he's from Scotland. But he would take us there, and we would get this stuff called ginger beer. And it's very similar to, just like a ginger ale, but like way more punch you in the face kind of ginger beer. Have you ever had like a real ginger beer before?
I don't know. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
You would know if you did, because it's powerful.
Yeah, I might have had something,
but this little thing that they would bring it to you in a glass bottle, and it had like a little bulldog on it. So, but anyway, great fish and chips. I have not found a place recently where I can get fish and chips on the regular, so I'm kind of bummed about that because I love fish and chips.
Well, this place had some. It was pretty good, and the portion, I don't know. It's like they fried the whole fish. It was like the size of my. It was like the size of my forearm. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I always tell myself, just order the small one. You'll save a few bucks. Order the small one. But I always forget, and I just order the big one, and I regret it every time because it's so much.
Yeah. If they give you the option of a small or large fish and chips, I've never even heard of that. So I guess, let's be real, I would order the big one too. I mean, it's like part of being American. You just go, you got a big one too? All right. I'll take the big one.
I'm sorry, Cool Springs Brewery. I didn't mean to say I regret it. I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you loved it, but you had too much.
I enjoyed it so much, but yeah, I think the small would have been fine.
Or, the other thing that you can do next time, Derek, is you and your brother can split the large.
Well, he had his own thing that he wanted to get.
Oh, he didn't get fish and chips?
Come on. No, he got something else. That place is actually known for its pizza as well, which...
Pizza and fish and chips. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, and they have all kinds of... and it's... Obviously, it's a brewery.
Yeah.
So it's... you got the whole... brewing tanks and everything around the place. It's really well done, and it's just a cool place to go. It's also a sports bar. I mean, it's just great. I really like it.
Derek can't say enough about Cool Springs. Is it Cool Springs Brewery?
Cool Springs Brewery.
He just cannot say enough about that beautiful place. If you want to sponsor the show, let us know.
Or just give me some free beer. And
yeah, there you go.
I'll just mention it.
Give Derek a lifetime supply of, what was the name of the beer that you got?
Oh, Tennessee Black Hole.
Tennessee Black Hole. That's funny. So you got to eat at some good places, it sounds like.
I have, and I'm going to be enjoying more. And this weekend, it's going to be it's already going to be past by the time this airs. But there will be upcoming this weekend a meetup for members of the YouTube and Instagram pipe smoking communities, of which you are no longer prominent.
Yeah.
But I still hold some prominence.
Yes, you do.
And we're going to get
You do, that's for sure. This guy makes a pipe video. Look out.
Look out.
Blows up.
And yeah, so restaurants, beer, and coffee. Nashville is well known for its coffee scene. Last week I got to go around to different coffee shops with one Tobacco Frank Duncan.
Yeah.
That's his legal name, Tobacco Frank.
I know. We keep breaking my dad's rule and mentioning people's full names.
Yeah, Frank Lyman Duncan.
Don't say his whole thing.
His mother's maiden name. No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know his.
the last four of his social security. So listen, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about you coming to visit. And there's one story in particular that we will be covering. If there's small children in the room listening to this podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have to dance around this because there's going to be some. There's going to be. It's natural action.
Right, but
this isn't the Discovery Channel.
No, it's not. But we'll see if we can traverse it in a very gentle way, even though it was not gentle, and we'll see what happens. We'll be right back after this. Today's show is brought to you by Gamefly.com. Go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT today. And guess what? We're back. Me and Derek, all alone, Bobless.
Yeah, we're Bobless, but we do have you all.
Yes.
What am I saying? We have y'all.
We have y'all.
Texas.
All y'all are here, and that makes us happy. Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much for downloading the episodes, for tuning in on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
Or wherever you're making it. Like if you're on Coyote Country Radio,
Texas 46 Radio.
We're like now on Texas 46.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some more deets from Bruce. But Bruce at Texas 46 Radio has been playing our show. I believe it's on Wednesday and Saturday nights there. But I'll get some more definite information from Bruce in the near future, and we'll start telling you a little bit about Texas 46 Radio as well as Coyote Country. We're going to have Goonie on the show.
Nice.
We are. It's going to happen. It has to. He said on one of his things, I think he posted on Facebook the other day, that I gave him some liners for his show, because when we were talking about his show on here and I was like, Goonie in the morning, when I did that stuff, he thought that was humorous, which is good. And he said he wanted to give you trouble about your espresso machine. He wanted to make fun of you for that.
He can make trouble, but he's going to have to come out and try it. And then he can decide whether it's worth the trouble. I don't know. I'm saying the word trouble a lot. We were going to talk about something else. And
we are. It was troubling.
Yeah.
It's troubling. So Derek, I'm going to lay the groundwork, and then I'm going to let you weave the tale, because the truth is, I don't know if I've ever seen you laugh that hard. So here's the deal. And again, we're going to keep this as these are dogs, okay? We're not being graphic in nature. But I have 2 dogs. Used to have 3. Rest in peace, Bailey. We have 2 dogs. We have a male dog named Gordy, and Gordy is not fixed. And we have a female dog named Maddie, who is also not fixed.
And these are Labradoodles, correct?
They're golden doodles.
Golden doodles.
Gordy's full-on golden doodle. Maddie is I think they call them like F2. So she's 2 golden doodles that have mated. Because usually it's a poodle and a golden retriever.
Right.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, I'm just
Labradoodles.
They're not Labradoodles. They're golden doodles.
Golden doodles.
Totally different. Sort of. So, excuse me with the fixing my throat here. I'm battling a cold, if you can't tell. But anyway, Maddie, just a little girl. She was just my little baby, and she became a woman in the last couple of weeks. And female dogs go into something called heat. And when they're in heat, the male dogs go crazy. And it's been a traumatic week or so in the Donnelly household. It's been traumatic. Okay. And Derek was here. Wait a minute. I just want to say this first. My wife, my beautiful wife, was present for 3 of these.
We're going to call it the act.
The act of Gordy and Maddie sowing the relationship of their love for one another. Oh. And I was not present. Okay,
Scott,
I was not present. Wait, I'm going to, but I got to set this up. I was not present for these things, nor did I want to be present, because I still look at Maddie as my little baby girl. And Derek came to visit, and every time Gordy got around my little Maddie baby girl and got a little frisky, I would tell him to stop. And so Derek just said, What are you stopping them for? Go ahead, Derek.
Okay. Yes. Let me reestablish a little background. Yes, you have the golden doodles, and you received Maddie. You bought Maddie, or you got her for the express purpose for these two dogs to be bred.
Yes.
All right. The act of breeding. That's what they
we
are.
Wanted
in your
puppies. Yes, we want to make puppies.
Yes. So that's the thing. So Cheryl was explaining to me when I was there that they are only supposed to engage in the act once every 24 hours for 3 days.
For the first 3 days, yes.
And so during that time, they've had to really keep them separate, turn the water hose, hit them with newspapers.
No, none of that.
Whatever.
None of that.
They've tried to keep them apart.
Yes.
So Scott and Cheryl have been exhausted trying to stick to this schedule for the
mating ritual,
the act.
Yes.
Of so when I arrived Friday evening, they were saying, "Oh, these dogs, they're driving us crazy. They want to engage in this act.
They're overcome is what the problem is. I mean, you saw Gordy."
Yeah, so they were telling me, well, we've been having to keep them apart, and like this was the final 24 hours, and I'm like, so why are you spending all this energy trying to keep them apart? And they, Scott and Cheryl were like, yeah, you're right. That's fine.
Biggest mistake of my life was listening to Derek.
Just let them. So we were in there. We were in this studio. If you're
in
watching,
my little office here.
If you're watching, I was sitting in that chair.
This room's been ruined
Scott's
forever.
Right. Scott was sitting in the other chair, and Cheryl was sitting where you are, and they were, and I was like, why are you even trying to stop this? If you don't have to, why waste the energy?
Would you say like 30 seconds later? I mean,
30 seconds
basically
later,
that it happened.
The dogs proceeded to engage in the act, like on you, like in your lap, practically.
Right, literally at my feet.
At your feet, and you are like, oh, but, Maddie's your baby girl, and you're just like, stop it!
And Gordy is literally staring me in the face. And I'm sitting there just going, oh my gosh, no!
It's a very natural thing. I mean,
it was
if they were just
horrible.
If they were just engaging in the act, I would have thought nothing of it. But it's Scott's reaction.
You laughed
Scott's reaction
so hard
because of you. Because every time, Gordy and Maddie, came together, you're just like, nah!
It's disturbing.
Just made it double funny that they were like right at your feet.
Yeah.
Like,
it was so hilarious. And you got to tell. Here's the worst part. Okay, if you don't know this, when it first happens, you will be terrorized. It will ruin you. So after the actual act is not very long. It's not a long process as far as the actual thing that's happening. But when you're breeding dogs, the term is they're tied together. And when you think of someone being tied together, let me just tell you, they are literally tied together and cannot release. They cannot separate.
Stuck together, folks.
For upwards of 20 minutes. So picture, if you will, two dogs, hind end to hind end. Okay, now put that picture in your head. Not what you would think when you think tied together. Yeah, just for a moment, in your mind, picture this, and you will understand why I was like, oh my gosh. And add to that, much like in real life with human beings, the woman's pretty much done at a certain point. And she's just like, okay, can we stop now? And no, you can't. Because Gordy cannot move from the spot he's in.
All right. I think we've painted
no, you
enough
know what?
of the picture.
I want you to suffer the way I suffered now.
No, I'm fine.
It was terrible.
But I think you guys got it, right? You got it.
Yeah.
It was the act, whatever the dogs were doing, the things that they were doing,
it's natural.
That wasn't the funny part.
It
was Scott's reaction to it, the way he was just dealing with it.
Listen, people may think, no, they don't think this, but I'll say it anyway. People may think that I'm like this cool, laid back guy, but I have a lot of hangups, man. I am very anal. I just, certain things just get under my skin, so to speak, and I cannot, I got a lot of problems. I mean, Freud would have a field day with me. Let's just say that.
Well, I had a field day.
You
last
did.
Friday.
You did. He was laughing so hard. It was unbelievable. I mean, were you crying?
I almost was. It was great. Thank you for that.
Okay, you're welcome.
My good man.
You're welcome. Anytime. I'll hit you up on like FaceTime or something in about 6 months. But here's the good news. Here's the other great thing about when so if Maddie does have puppies, we're pretty sure that she's going to. But if she does, it's like a very quick process for dogs. It's like 63 days, and there'll be little Gordy Maddie crossbreeds in her house. That doesn't sound right. Crossbreeds.
You're gonna have puppies.
Yep, they're gonna be puppies, and that's gonna be an entirely new adventure. I'm terrified of that too. Having to take care of these little tiny things.
Scott, they're just dogs.
To you, they're just dogs. To me, they're my little babies.
Okay. Anyway.
Hey, by the way, when people say fur babies, do you want to punch them in the face?
I'm not gonna. I'm trying to be
real. It doesn't. It bothers you, doesn't it?
I just call them pets.
Who cares?
They're pets.
Who cares if
I
you
love
offend
them.
anybody? If people say fur babies, I want to punch them.
I don't want to punch them. I just, I'm like,
Derek, don't be so politically correct. You do. You want to punch them, don't you?
No, I don't want to punch them. I understand that people have different depths of relationships with their pets, and that's fine. And so they're going to call them fur babies. They're going to call them fur babies. I'm not going to call my dogs fur babies.
No. It's like people calling kids kiddos.
I
don't like that either.
I don't have a problem with that.
Did I mention that I have like these really weird hang-ups?
Yes.
Okay. There's a couple of them on display right there. I'm
Well,
easily irritated, apparently, too.
That's the first step to recovery, Scott.
Let's just admitting it
out there. Just get it out there, and we'll work through. Next up on Hey, We're Talking, we're going to talk about some other Scott's problems, and maybe we can get down to the root of it, and we'll fix you up.
Oh, no. Many people have tried and failed. It's not happening. Not happening. All right, listen. We're not going to go into all my stuff. We could, though. We could do a segment on the show, Scott's Hangups. It'd be pretty funny. People would laugh. You know, I think the reason that I'm so open with sharing my issues is because I think other people out there need to know they're not alone. I'm just as weird as the rest of you.
But I mean, that's the premise of therapy, is just talking about it.
It disarms it.
You talk about your problems and you're getting it out there. You're able to process it a little bit more.
Exactly.
Work through it a bit. Put it out there into the world. Put it into the ether. Into the Hey, We're Talking family.
I'm just kind of letting you go on with this and see where it goes.
I don't really know. I'm kind of just mixed up.
Are you trying to fill time or something?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what time. Are we supposed to be? I don't see
We need to take a break. But this is the perfect time because you said, when do we need, like, basically you were asking, when do we need to take a break? Now we do.
Okay.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
This is a big break coming up here. Big break. Not long, but it's a big one. I mean, it means a lot.
We'll go to it.
All right, we're going to do it. We'll be right back after this big, important break. Hey, everybody, it's Scott from Hey, We're Talking. You've heard us talk about Gamefly.com before. The basics are this. They've got over 8,000 titles for every gaming platform you can think of, and they're giving you a 30-day free trial. That's right, 30-day free trial for you, the listeners of Hey, We're Talking. You want to play video games? You want to be a champ at video games? Go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. That's gameflyoffer.com/HWT for your 30-day free trial. And here we are. We're just about to finish up the show. But wanted to talk to you guys about something. We are Bobless, but Bob shared some stuff with us in our little Voxer chat the other day. This little show has been getting a lot of downloads. People are tuning in. They're listening to the show, and it's kind of exciting. I mean, we really do appreciate people being a part of this show, the comments and stuff like that. And just all I can say is, if you like the show, share it with somebody. You just share it with one of your friends, and maybe they'll share it with one of their friends. And, again, I don't think that any of us think that we're going to be rich and famous or anything like that. Derek, do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, maybe.
I'm not against being rich and famous, but I doubt it. I mean, I don't think to myself, hey, we're going to be rich and famous. I never think that. I just think it's fun, and I enjoy doing it with these guys and having a great time, and I love sharing it with people because I think, here's the truth. I listen to the shows. I didn't used to because I don't like hearing my voice, but I've been trying to listen to them, and it makes me giggle. I laugh. It brings joy to my life. And I was there already. I mean, I already lived it. So I'm just thinking, hey, there's going to be some people that get to listen to this show. It'll make them smile.
That's right. Public, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
For all the joy.
For the joy we bring.
I'm your joy manufacturer, and you're getting all this joy for freaking free.
For free. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, hey, speaking of, we should tell people a couple of things. Number one, I would like to get people to go to Facebook and like our page. We're going to give away, I think we're going to give away like 5 t-shirts when we hit a certain number of people that like the show. So if you go to Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, no big deal, because you can do it on Instagram too. Go to our Instagram page, and there should be somewhere back there a little thing that says, hey, like this, tag somebody. We're going to be giving away some t-shirts. So do that on Facebook. Do that on Instagram. On Instagram, we're at Hey We're Talking with no apostrophe on the We're. It's all one big conglomerate of letters all together.
They already know this. They already
know. But you got to tell. What if there's new people?
They found the show somehow.
They did. Somehow they're listening to it.
I know how to get to the show, Scott, they say.
Yeah.
I'm already here.
Yeah, everything that we have basically is Hey We're Talking. At Hey We're Talking or heywe'retalking.com, all that kind of stuff. Derek, what do you think of GameFly? I know you're not a subscriber, but what do you think about GameFly?
I think it's cool, and I will be partaking in our free offer, our free trial when I get back to Texas.
Isn't that fun that even we can get the free trial?
Yeah, I love it.
What gaming system do you have?
My son has an Xbox One.
Okay. Do you play games with him ever?
No.
What?
But I want to. I don't know. He's so busy. I don't want to bother him with video games.
Yeah, son, you're so busy.
He doesn't play too much. He plays a few. He plays like some football games and some basketball games.
Yeah, the sports games are good escape. Although I can tell just by the way you're saying it that you're kind of like, I'm not good at those.
I've had my time. I've had my time in the playing Madden and NCAA football.
Right.
2005 or whatever.
Yeah.
I've had my time. I'm past that. I'm ready to move on to something different.
You're like type of a GeoGuessr kind of a guy. Although you don't do that anymore, do you?
I do need to get back to that. I just
Maybe
had a hard time.
you just don't like it anymore.
It's different. It's one of my hang-ups. I don't know. We'll have to have like a whole segment on why Derek doesn't geo the guests anymore.
Dude, I thought that was going to be like your thing because you were really into it at first.
I thought so too, and it may again. I keep teasing that. I've teased that for like the last 6 months. Like, I might get back into it.
I might. It's possible. You don't know.
But anyway, look, this isn't about me, guys. This is about you. If you want to try out GameFly, the Netflix of video games, go to GameFlyOffer.com/HWT. HWT stands for Hey, We're Talking.
Yes, it does.
And just you get the free trial for free for like a month. And if you like it, you'll be subscribed to it. Yeah. And they'll take a small portion out of your bank account every month, and you'll be able to continue with the service. So it's like you're not even paying it. You're not even going to notice it.
Yeah.
Because they'll just do it automatically.
It'll just come out. You won't even notice.
Yeah.
Like a year later, you're like, where did all that money go? No, I'm kidding. But GameFly is awesome because you can play the game, send it back, get a new one. Just like we were saying, just like Netflix. And they do have movies, too, which is pretty smart because Netflix is not known for that anymore. They're known for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. GameFlyOffer.com/HWT. Boom. 30 days. Pow.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever played like Call of Duty or anything like that?
It's been so long. I think I was more of a Halo guy, and I really stink a lot.
Yeah, I suck at those, but they're fun.
Yeah.
The only thing that's fun about those games is when you're playing with a bunch of people that you know, and you have one guy on your team that's just so good. There was a guy that I used to play with all the time. I really miss playing with him, actually, Gavin in Ohio. And he was so good. He'd just like pick off people like it was second nature. And then I would run around like an idiot and get killed 100 times, and we would just barely win the match. And the other people would be like, in their minds, go, this Scott guy, man, we're dragging him along, kicking and screaming.
Games like that just require that you put a lot of time in. You got to get used to the controls. You got to memorize the maps and learn where all the hiding spots are and how to efficiently travel and get around. I was below average at best, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. That's the point. Video games are just for fun. You don't have to be serious.
Yeah. All those serious video games.
Yeah.
All those not fun video games.
Right. So, Derek, what do you have going on in the next little bit here? I know you talked about the pipe meetup. This will be airing after the pipe meetup. You're going to be headed back to West Texas. Anything you want to tell the people before you head out onto the open road?
Oh, was I supposed to prepare something?
No, I'm just asking you.
Oh, I don't know. No, we got some more hanging out to do today. People for the pipe thing are going to start getting into town tomorrow, so I'm going to be probably busy with that.
Are you the curator of this? Are you like the putting together society? What are you?
It's really, I mean, it was kind of like I set the date.
Okay.
And everyone else was just kind of saying, well, I'd like to go here and I'd like to do this. So what I've done is just kind of set the, set the base location. It's going to be on Saturday, like at 10 a.m. when this place opens.
Okay.
Now there's going to be people getting into town from out of town like the night before. So we've set kind of a spot for all those activities, like the Friday night stuff.
Okay.
And,
so you got some stuff planned out for 2 days, technically, right? Or are you going to do something on Sunday too?
We'll see who's around. There might be breakfast meetup on Sunday morning.
Name drop some people that are going to be there.
Well, we're going to have Chris Bean.
Boom!
Cincinnati coming out there.
Chris is going to be on the show, by the way.
Good.
Chris Bean is going to be on the show, no doubt. Numa Coffee. Boom.
That's awesome. And also from the Cincinnati area, Boontar is going to be coming out.
I was going to ask you if Boontar was coming.
Yeah, he's coming. We've got Vi the Samurai and his wife Megan. They're coming in all the way from North Carolina.
Wow.
And
nice.
They'll be in tomorrow. I think they're taking Friday off. They'll be here tomorrow afternoon. to be in. We got Eddie Gray from the PipeNook.com.
There you go.
He's coming in from Florida.
Nice.
Pipes and Circumstance. He's a YouTube pipe guy. He's about to start.
Frank and some of those Nashville people.
Yeah, Frank's coming. Unfortunately, Greg cannot. He's like a big wig in his company now. He's been doing a lot of travel, and he's actually about to go take his family on a little vacation.
Very nice.
So nobody rob his house, please.
All right. Well, listen, it sounds like this is going to be a good time. Maybe you'll have some stories for us next week. Excited to hear about how it goes. We appreciate you guys listening to the show. We're very thankful for the listeners. And if you need anything, always feel free to hit us up. You can get us on heywe'retalking@gmail.com. You can try and hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. Whatever you need to do, drop us a line. Tell us what you think. Watch us on YouTube and Facebook if you want to see our bright, shiny faces. And listen to us on iTunes or your favorite podcasting app. We're everywhere. You can't stop us. So thank you very much. Derek, I'm glad that we had this time to go Bobless and to see you in Nashville. I didn't get to mention, but there was a pillow behind him that says, "What would Johnny Cash do?" I believe.
Yeah.
So we could have talked about that, but we didn't. So, all right. We will catch you guys real soon. Thanks for listening. Peace.